think the equity cohort strengthened me as a leader because I was able to network and work with leaders across different organizations and working together with the assistance of Beloved to see how we can strategize to overcome that and make our organizations the best they can be.
When you think about what you're trying to accomplish, it's a big thing, but it has to start somewhere. And I think as individual organizations begin to think about how they change internally, that has a ripple effect, I think, throughout.
Beloved Community provides participants with a plethora of resources that helps them to contextualize the subjects of diversity, equity, and inclusion.
We believe that change and progression towards equity really needs to be systemic.
Communities of practice are the most important part of the work that we do with equity because we're looking for long-term sustainable change across our entire region. In the cohort, we're really clear that so much of the learning and unlearning about diversity, equity, and inclusion is personal. And so we design time that's just about my personal work that every individual participant gets to think about and reflect about so that they can work on their own trajectory and their own personal learning for how they show up as equity champions at their job.
Our sessions are really centered first around a data-driven approach. So we start all of our sessions or all of our cohorts off with an equity audit where teams are able to receive a significant body of in-depth data about what their current state is for equity. We come together again later in the cohort because we really want folks to take that data and translate it into an action plan, which we call our equity work plan. What are tangible strategies and action items that you can take to move towards your equity goals based upon the data that we looked at?
In the cohort series, we focus a lot on building community because that's how we can get to that deep-rooted change, right? So we believe that people change systems and people have to be at the root of this work.
They asked hard questions. They targeted different topics that is on the realm of our periphery. It's nice to have someone say, hey, have you thought about this? Hey, have you thought about this? And that really makes a difference.
Some of the biggest takeaways from the sessions I attended was the importance of evaluating human resource practices, some prompts around and ideas and recommendations on how those practices can be more equitable.
I think just seeing the energy in the room around how we as individual organizations and collectively as a group, how we each can contribute our part.
We have opportunities, particularly as it relates to staff development, and how do you infuse this thing called equity into how we develop staff, how we recruit staff, how we promote staff.
But we really do believe that you come into the room with experiences that matter most for your organization, and that when you have an opportunity to learn from each other, both within your organizational team and across other leaders from other organizations, you're going to surface more solutions, more problem solving, more additional ways of thinking about this work than we could if you were just doing a sit and get from us as facilitators.